Hello everyone, my name is Lawrence Awasadba and this is my Genetics of Me project. Left-handedness. Only 8% of the human population is left-handed. There are some studies that shows that it is genetics rather than it being environmental. And also, as you can see, it says although the percentage varies worldwide, Western countries 80 to 90% of the human population are right-handed, while only 10 to 15% of the entire world is left-handed. So these are some statistics that I found on the internet that shows how many people in the world is left-handed. As you can see, countries like Netherlands, they're sitting at 13.23% of their population is left-handed, while the United States follow at 13.10% of our population is left-handed as well. And when we go all the way to the bottom, China is sitting at 3.5% of their population is left-handed. And when we look at the other graph that speaks on ratios of the world, about 87% of the world is right-handed, while only 12%, which is a very low percentage, is left-handed, and less than 1% is ambidextrous. Meet the Awasaba family. In my family, there are about only three of us that are left-handed, but it all started from my grandfather. He was left-handed, and it skipped over his five boys, which is my dad and my uncles, and it came down to my generation, which is the third generation. And out of 16 kids, only three were left-handed, are left-handed, excuse me, and that's me, the groom, and my other cousin BJ, who is now deceased. And what I wanted to point out in this is that all three of the left-handed people in the family are all males. As you can see here in my family pedigree, my grandfather was left-handed, and all his five boys were carriers, except for one. And out of the five that were carriers, three of them ended up passing on the gene. So as you can see, my uncle, the third child, he passed the gene on to his fourth child, while my other uncle passed the gene on to his last child, which was also a male, BJ. And my father was a carrier as well, and he passed the gene on to me, which is also the last child. Before we continue, this is just a quick diagram of how left-handed people brains work versus how right-handed people brains work. As you can see, left-handed people, they tend to think with the left side of their brain, so they're more on a critical thinking side of things. They have ideas, they're logical thinkers, they're mathematicians, and they're analysts, versus the right-hand side of the brain. They're more creative, they're more emotionally in tune with their self. Their intuition is very great, and overall, like creativity wise, they are top of the line. Genes that associate with left-handedness. While there are 6 potential gene mutations that could cause left-handedness, the one that stood out to me the most was the NEMC7 gene. This gene does not only affect left or right-handedness, but it also affects the placements, of the liver, the heart, and the vascular organs. This is also a polygenic gene, meaning that it does not only affect or impact handedness, but also impact other characteristics as well in the human body. Currently, there are no breakthrough research pertaining left-handedness. There have not been no concrete evidence pertaining why humans are left-handed as well. And in the last years, studies were done by the Max Planck Institution to try to see if there's a similarity or a difference in left or right-handed people's brain, and the results came back showing that both the left hand and the right hand dominant individual brain were similar. And these are my references. Thank you for watching.